out to them because they become even more defensive. To HCPs, conflict often feels like a life or death struggle. This explains why it may feel like they are engaged in campaigns to destroy you or someone else. They feel that their survival is at stake, so they often show unmanaged emotions and extreme behaviors, even in routine conflicts or under normal pressures. You don't need to figure out whether someone is a high-conflict person. If you suspect someone is an HCP, just respond more carefully and understand that the person may have less self-control than you do. BIFF responses are a good method for coping with HCPs, and you can use them with anyone. Lack of self-awareness. The hardest thing to get about HCPs is that they lack an awareness of how they contribute to their own problems. They honestly view other people as causing the way they feel and the way they act. She makes me feel this way. He made me do it. They think they have to react the way they do in order to protect themselves or to connect with people without feeling extremely vulnerable psychologically. They may be aware that other people react negatively to them, but they think that it's everyone else's fault. Sure, they may be aware that they are lying sometimes or manipulating sometimes, but they feel that they have to lie and manipulate because of unmanaged fears within themselves that they are not aware of. And you can't tell them that, and you can't change them. Trying to point out these hidden feelings will most likely trigger an intense rage against you. They're hidden for a reason. For many HCPs, this pattern of behavior is the result of childhood abuse. They learned that it didn't matter whether they were bad or good. They still got physically hit, verbally abused, ignored, neglected, or otherwise abused. They grew up learning that aggressive behavior is how you solve problems. For other HCPs, it is a result of being raised with a strong sense of entitlement and exaggerated self-esteem. They learned that it didn't matter whether they were good or bad. They still got what they wanted. This seems to have increased in society since the 1970s with the increased emphasis on self-esteem. While having low self-esteem is a bad thing, too much self-esteem is also a bad thing. If it teaches people that they are superior to others and that they can get whatever they want without learning skills and without working for it. In both cases, abuse or entitlement, HCPs have not learned that their own behavior creates or worsens the conflict situations they are in. In many ways, this is a disability, as HCPs can't see the connection between their own actions and how others respond to them. They don't know how to solve relationship problems, so they make things worse and don't understand why they feel so miserable so much of the time. They turn these feelings into blaming others and staying upset, because blaming others doesn't solve problems. Lack of self-change. Since they lack self-awareness, HCPs make no effort to change their own behavior when things go badly. They view complex problems and relationships as all another person's responsibility and don't see their own part in causing the problem or finding a solution. They don't change their own behavior to try to make things better, so things don't get better. In fact, they are highly defensive about their own behavior, so they put all of their energy into defending their own actions and shifting the blame to others. Finding easy ways to avoid unnecessarily triggering this HCP defensiveness will make your life a lot easier. Ordinary people are constantly changing their own behavior. They want to be more successful in their lives, and they learn from their experience and their mistakes. But HCPs don't seem to learn from their social mistakes, even when you try to make them see it. Forget about it. Don't say, "Look in the mirror, buddy." You'll just make things worse. That's why BIFF responses seem to work so well. They don't trigger HCP defensiveness when done correctly. The goal is to disengage from the HCP's blaming behavior. It's not easy. It takes practice to change your own behavior while dealing with an HCP's behavior. But by changing your own behavior, you can change the interaction and relationship dynamics. You can do it if you are a reasonable person who is self-aware and continues to learn and change. I wrote this book for you. Personality disorders. HCPs appear to have traits associated with personality disorders, which include lack of self-awareness and lack of self-change.